10 p.m. Central African Time. Thank you so much for staying with us here on The Globe. My name is Pil Shongwe.
And indeed, my name is Mpo Tsedu, and thank you for joining us. To our top story now.
African Union members will have to find a way to break an impasse on a proposed import levy to fund its activities. The continent's three largest economies, South Africa, Egypt and Nigeria, have expressed reservations towards the levy.
Now, they say some of the countries are already burdened with current financial obligations linked to the African Union. As the summit gets underway in Mauritania, and the African Ministers of Finance will also debate ways of ending corruption. Sarah Kimani takes a look at what's likely to be discussed at the summit.
The 31st African Union Summit under the theme Combating Corruption. The issue has impoverished many African countries. In a report compiled by former South African President Thabo Mbeki on illicit financial flows out of Africa, the continent is losing $50 billion every year to this phenomenon. Now, the African Union wants action.
May I just seize this opportunity to stress once again the importance that the follow-up of the recommendations of the Thabo Mbeki panel on the illicit financial flows. Africa loses a minimum of $50 billion per year because of these illicit flows, and it is evident that if these resources were available, it would greatly help its development. We should stop making just statements and mere statements in order to go into concrete action and to fight against corruption. The member states are being challenged in order to take the necessary measures as demanded by the situation and fulfill the aspirations of our peoples for good governance. If corruption is not fought and controlled, then the cohesion of our societies and the viability of our states will be dearly affected.
The African Union estimates that the continent loses at least $150 billion every year to corruption. Now, this year's summit, they hope, will be the first steps towards ending that vice. The continental body has also embarked on reforms process. Rwandan President Paul Kagame, who is also the chairperson of the African Union, is spearheading the reforms. One of the sticky issues is a 0.2% levy on all imports to fund the African Union. While some countries have agreed, others are opposed. They include Nigeria, South Africa and Egypt, the continent's largest economies.
We should also fully shoulder the responsibilities of our commitment that we have made and ensure the diligent implementation. The institutional reform in which our union is involved, in fact, makes the improvement of the implementation of our decision a priority action. This is an imperative need which is well understood within the framework of the division of labor and also the subsidiarity at the national, regional and continental levels.
Also on the agenda is the progress made on the establishment of the Continental Free Trade Area. 44 countries signed the agreement in Kigali in April, setting the stage for the formation of the world's largest free trade area. Sarah Kimani, SABC News, Mauritania.